one thing I want to do is talk a little bit about Bumi Sehat and what the needs are, because what people will learn when they come to this podcast is that we chose 5 to 6 nonprofits that really moved our heart and were really supporting women, and wanted to be able to use our social influence instead of using it always for patriarchal production. How do we use it to give back? And we started a campaign called Give Like a Girl, and yours was one that was picked. So if you could give a shameless plug and what you need and how we can support you, and that would be incredible, because I know that you all could use some help.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited about Give Like a Girl. Just
Thank
the
you.
brilliance of what you call it, Give Like a Girl. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I almost fell over with joy.
My daughter came up with the name, and everything, because Fast Like a Girl was the original book, but then once you see the concept of doing everything like a girl, everything with feminine power. And back to your comment about giving, we have estrogen, oxytocin, our hormones sets us up for this desire to give. And I actually believe that when we don't give, it's like we're not fully using our feminine body. Like we had Martha Beck on this podcast, and she's an incredible author. And she was saying that the brain is built, one side of the brain is built for linear thinking, and the other side of the brain is built for creativity. And if we don't use both sides of the brain, then we move into these anxious states and depression, and we suffer mentally. And I want to extrapolate that and say, I think the same with the female body. When we're not leaning in to this nurture side of us to give, we are actually disconnecting ourselves from ourselves. So I love that you love Give Like a Girl, because really it's because as women, we are meant to give, whether it's resources or what, whatever we can. When we do, we now make ourselves congruent with our own physiology.
So beautifully said. So I love everything about you. Thank you so much. And thank you for, there are a lot of beautiful initiatives and causes out there. And of course,
Yes,
I'm fully immersed. I mean, I live every single breath for the last almost 30 years, that, since my son was born, and he was born here with my husband, and we had one of the village midwives come and help us right at the end. And, I got to know all the problems here. And then I looked at the world problem that today, 830 women or so, give or take, will die in childbirth in the prime of their lives, having a baby today on Earth.
Wow.
Today on Earth. While we have been talking, women have died. Some of them from access. If they don't have access to the health care they need, then how will they get it? Malnutrition, access to food. Our food has been colonized. The wisdom of our grandmothers on how to grow and feed, and our grandfathers, how to grow and feed our generations, has been usurped by big business, by the hex, as you call it.
Yeah.
The hex is powerful.
Yeah.
And when you talk about it, I was holding back tears. So Bumi Sehat was, I didn't do it alone. I was the founder, but there are so many people that worked with me right from the get-go. And because we are giving, we are always giving, that is the happiest team of people on the earth.
Oh, yeah.
Not only here, but I just came back from visiting our team in the Philippines. Talk about happy. We have guys raking up. We have all of these cashew trees. The indigenous mothers gave us the land. And dear Christina Ferreros made it happen. She's retired. She's put all her money behind it. She's helped so much. But we have cashew trees. We have mango trees like crazy, and cashew trees like crazy, and other fruits too, on this beautiful piece of land that comes down like a piece of pie, and the main highway goes by there. We have the highest rate in our area of the Philippines of teen pregnancy in the world outside of Tanzania. Second highest in the world.
Wow.
So, yeah. And so we're dealing with all of that. And I'll talk about our teen initiatives. but the road goes right by there and the mothers come by. And when they come for prenatal visits, they leave not only with some vitamins, which, by the way, thank you, Direct Relief International. Thank you, Every Mother Counts. Thank you, Christine and Lee Beckham, for helping us. Oh my gosh, Chris and Lee, and for introducing us to you.
Yeah.
But the gardeners, the men are raking up with the women, but the men do the lion's share of the raking up the cashews. And then there are the cashew, it lives outside of the fruit, the nut. And then they're dried and they're cracked and they're open and then they're put in bags. And the mothers leave with prenatal vitamins. Oh, thank you, Vitamin Angels too. And they leave with a bag of cashews from the farm. We're a certified organic farm now, from the farm where they're going to come back and have their babies. So think about that. We're growing our protein source for our moms. Anyway, so we do so much. And I can't tell you how incredible it is, how happy every single one of our teams is. Our Papuan team, Raquel from Papua, she sent me a note yesterday. Every day I get messages on this phone with pictures of the new moms who've just given birth. And my Papuan team leader, she's an incredible woman. She had a forced cesarean when she had her first baby because, sometimes the surgeons need to practice on someone.
Right. Wow.
Papuans are Black. And because they're Black, they don't matter as much, even in Indonesia. And so the Papuan women said, we need a Bumi Sehat, and a family and a church. They donated the land, and then we built there. We had a beautiful widower who gave his wife's money to us to build there. And so our Papuan team leader is coming here because she needs a reset. She needs a hug from me and from our team here. But all of our teams, they're so happy. There's nothing like being with a team of human beings who are giving. They're so happy. And so
I just want to say there was one of the lessons I really tried to impart on my children is that if you move through life trying to get things for yourself, you will find misery. If you move through life and you try to figure out what you can give, whether it's your spirit, your love, whatever, you will always, when you're in service, you will be happy. And so I really resonate with that. And that service heart is really where we start to see all the problems of the Western world start to go away. So, but continue on and what else can, because and here's one of my questions, is Bumi Sehat a complete female health clinic? Like, is it just primarily for childbirth and pregnancy care?
Well, here in Indonesia, our clinics are not only for reproductive health, but we do community health because healthcare is a human right. Yeah. In the Philippines, we do less community health and more reproductive health and care. But of course, when your baby's sick, you're going to run to your midwife. So it kind of evolved that we really needed to have, doctors, nurses on board, collaborative care. Oh my gosh, it's so important. Yeah. Make sure you think about that. Like a woman-to-woman care, to have a midwife and a doula. Thank you, doulas. Thank you, midwives, for doing that woman-to-woman care. And, whoever your OB is, look for the OB that has the heart of a mother. I don't care if that OB is walking around in a male or female body. Our obstetrician, gynecologists who we collaborate with are the ones that have the giant hearts of the mother. One of our OB's children was born into my hands. So this is the kind of collaborative care we want. Community, absolutely. And people who will not give you prenatal scare. The last thing you need as a pregnant woman is prenatal scare. You got to find prenatal care. And it's not, the access is the problem. There are what we call maternal health deserts in the United States, where, by the way, in the United States, since 1986, the maternal mortality rate has been climbing.
Yeah.
And
it's disconnection.
My sister is one of those statistics.
Yeah. It's a lack of reverence for this incredible experience of birthing life.
Exactly. And access can mean that maybe you live across the street from a hospital. Yeah. But if you're afraid to go there because you don't have the money,
Yeah.
But if you have great insurance and you have access to it financially, maybe you don't go there because your sister was abused there.
Right.
Or your cousin.
Or you're shamed. So a lot of doctors' offices shame women, and so then you don't want to go because you're like, well, I'm going to get shamed. That's going to be really fun. So I think that looking at the healthcare system through the lens of how to support women is really important.
Yep, and how to support them wherever they are in their lives.